decades that know a lot about the product.
What is up, everybody? NC.
JC and
We are back with Triple H's A Bad Booker. A little bit late, sorry, but here we are, and we're going to go ahead and talk about what Triple H has done with the Bloodline. He has absolutely destroyed the Bloodline. In my opinion, the last drawing stable, the last draw they had, Triple H has destroyed it. He's destroyed their top draw in Roman Reigns. He's watered it down and overinflated it to make it seem like it's a lot bigger than what it is with all these record-breaking Survivor Series YouTube views that he got. It's so much hyperbole. And it's all because it's under Triple H's umbrella. What we're seeing now more than ever is we're seeing the Bloodline saga, the storyline, be so watered out, stretched thin, and just lumped in with shit that it doesn't need. When it gets to the point that CM Punk is being shoved in a match, that's bad. When it gets to the point that Bronson Reed is joining a bunch of Samoans and he's not even a Fat 2 relative, that's bad. When it gets to the point that Roman Reigns is jobbing to Solo Sakahoa, I don't care if it's a tag team match. The fact that he's jobbing to him, that's bad. When it gets to the point that Roman Reigns is looked upon as a mid-carder compared to Solo and even Cody, that is bad. What is super bad about all of this, I think the worst thing out of all that I mentioned, is what they've done with Roman Reigns. How can you take a guy like this, who used to get on the regular over 3 million every time he was on SmackDown? This guy was a draw, without question, one of the last few draws that they had under contract as of this moment. And they have completely obliterated him, misused him, to the point that he can show up on a SmackDown. It don't matter. They're still going to get a 1.2. That's how much Triple H has devalued Roman Reigns, devalued the Bloodline, and taken away any sort of prestige. He's made it to the point through all this 50-50 booking bullshit, and through the same storylines over and over, especially with beatdowns every fucking week now. Oh, there's a parking lot beatdown. Oh, now there's a beatdown over in catering. Oh, there's a beatdown in makeup. It's the same fucking shit every single week, and it's just so tired out, so stretched thin. I think people are tired of it. Even when you stuck Sami Zayn back in. No, he was already doing his own shit with KO. If anything, have him do something with Cody. Why the fuck do you need to lump him back in with this literal bloodline shit? It's about the bloodline of the Fat 2 family. Why the fuck are we injecting all this other shit that don't make sense? And here they were thinking, oh, we'll have Solo Sikoa beat up Paul Heyman. That'll get the ratings. No, you got a 1.5. For what? You had all this time, Paul Heyman, he's only had a couple attacks on his time. He got beat up by Brock one time, and then some other dude. So he's had a couple attacks over all this time, and you get a 1.5 for that shit. Roman, to me, is mailing it in at this point. I don't think he gives a fuck.
Nah, and I mean, you just look at what Triple H, this is what happened to Roman Reigns when you took the title off him. He's just a guy now. He's drawing what LA Knight would be drawing. There's nothing to him anymore, because what made him the spectacle was this guy with a 1,000-day title reign. Now he's just Roman Reigns, regular, boring, bland Roman Reigns, who's not the leader. Who's the leader of the old bloodline. And this is becoming like NWO with the white NWO and the fucking wolf, the red NWO, all that shit. It's like it's becoming overly expanded.
And that's exactly what it is. It's a lot like NWO versus NWO Wolfpack from back in the day. The similarities are too many at this point. And that's what I expect out of Triple H. I don't expect anything creative. If anything, he's just do Smo and NWO. Nobody would notice the difference. They'll still proclaim it to be cinema. And that's the type of shit that he's hoping for, really. He was hoping that with the internet jackoffs just going crazy over Jacob Fat 2. Oh, we put him in the main event with Bronson Reed. Isn't he awesome now? You got a guy who I kind of liked, and now I dislike him because of all the fan overrating. That's what they do with anybody who they bring in who has even the slightest iota of talent, is the internet will overrate the fuck out of them to the point that you don't want to see them. And then they end up playing some stupid, goofy gimmick where they're constantly praying all the time and mouthing stupid shit with a fucking goofy looking grill. It's like, You're almost 40. You're like a father of 8. What the fuck are you doing, bro?
I know, right?
Like, grow the fuck up.
Right. It's getting ridiculous now. It's to the point where it's absurd how fucking boring it is now. It is just unbelievable. Like, I tried to watch SmackDown the other night. I couldn't make it through. It was just like, it was just so fucking boring. It was just
I'm at a point, dude, where I actively, I outlaw pro wrestling. If I want to watch something in my free time, I just go and watch classic movies now. That's just what I've been doing now, is just binging movies, because it's good entertainment, it's well written, especially the shit from the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. It's like you really can't go wrong, and just... why watch the slop that Triple H provides? He is such a bad booker that every other booker that is booked for WWE before him does so much of a better job. Dixie Carter does a better job than he does. The only person he's better at, and that's by a smidge, is Tony Khan, and that says a lot. That says a lot. He actively poisons the well anywhere he goes, and anything he touches, he ruins it. I mean, look at what he's done already for Judgment Day. This was supposed to be a stable that Vince created, had big plans for. Started out hot shit, look at it now. It's just a frail, withered, barely there.
Oh, yeah.
His ideas, they don't last. And if he tries to drag them out, it just wears all the talent thin. Look at what happened with Wyatt 6. Here's this thing that everybody was jacking off about. Oh, Wyatt 6 is going to be amazing. This is going to be like the next big thing. And what happens? It's goofier than Dungeon of Doom. Written off TV in a couple of weeks. Feuding with Karrion Kross off TV. What the fuck is this?
What's amazing to me too is that, like, it's not building up the bloodline. Like, the bloodline right now is not any bigger than what they were before. In fact, you could say the bloodline now is completely devalued. Like, they are not pulling in the numbers that they used to at all. This new bloodline, they were never a draw to begin with, because Solo Sikoa has just never been a draw. No matter how hard Triple H tries to, push him and make him a draw. Yeah. It's blatantly obvious that this new bloodline is not working out. It's blatantly obvious that the old bloodline that they have now is just dying on the fucking vine. And it's sad too, because there's a lot of potential on that roster. There really is. And Triple H just does not know what to do with it. And the problem with it is that because there's no competition, there's no AEW or anything like that, that could actually be real competition for WWE. You're not going to get Triple H actually having to try. That's the main problem, is that Triple H really does not have to try.
Straight up. So you have a question. Do you think signing the Young Bucks will help WWE?
No, not at all, because the Young Bucks, they're not draws. They're beaten to shit. They're not gonna mesh well in an environment like WWE, where there's a lot of professionalism. But and then you also have, like, Cody Rhodes being there and CM Punk being there. It's gonna be hostile from the get go. I could see CM Punk getting in Triple H's ear and be like, "Don't fucking do it. You better not fucking do it." So I don't think it would work out. I think they're best in AEW. I'll be real.
Yeah. Well, they're already past their expiration point, so it's something where it's like, why even something where it's already beaten up product? They're already comfortable where they're at. They're EVPs. They're already set in. They got their way. It's like, fuck it. So Truth was saying, my legacy must be protected. And this is what we always say about Triple Nose. This motherfucker lies so much that his nose keeps on growing. At this point, it's the size of a Zeppelin. It's already bigger than the Goodyear balloon. We don't need this shit. He just keeps on lying to make himself look bigger, to make himself look better. Because he knows that all these people that he's hiring, the DIYs, the Motor City Machine Guns, he knows that they fucking suck dick compared to him. He knows that, but he'll portray them to be the biggest stars.
The thing too, like, and I want to be, like, abundantly clear, like, we're not trying to be negative. That's not what we're trying to do here. We're looking at it from the standpoint of fans of wrestling for decades that know a lot about the product and would like to see it do better. Like, WWE, no matter how on fire they are right now, they could always have higher ratings. They could always have better attendances. They could always do better numbers on social media. And all we want is for them to do better. And same thing for AEW. Like, I don't want to just tear them down. I want to help them, with the knowledge that we have. Just people watching at home. Like, from our perspective, in my opinion, our perspective is the most valuable, because we know a lot about wrestling. And we're coming at it from the standpoint of people watching at home with the remote in our hands. So, like, what's going to get me to keep my eyes on the TV? So, like, that's what we're trying to come at this from, is like how the Bloodline could be better. And the problem with it is that Triple H needs to do a better job, but he's really not. He's really coasting on the fact that AEW's dying on the vine. TNA's bragging about their next pay-per-view. Oh, they're going to be in the fucking Atlanta Center stage. You see sellout, and then you find out that it's a max capacity stadium of 1,050 people, and you know they're not going to fill the entire thing because they're going to have their stage set up and all that. So it's like the business is not on fire. What's happening is that it's just a thing to do, to go take your family out to with WWE. Everywhere else, not really doing too well.
Yep. So Darth was saying, the inspiration I got from Cookie, I can firmly believe I can fly like a pigeon. Da-da! Da-da! Flaps arms frantically, jumping off a roof. Punk while eating. Go ahead.
This is good foot. Ah! Nose man! Got me right in the fucking eye with that beak. Ah!
Damn it, we need to animate this shit. I'm telling you.
I know, dude. Like, hey, you know what? AI. There's AI video generators. Just saying.
Well, there is the South Park one. I mean, we could do it South Park style if we really wanted to. But yeah, man, I've been thinking about that. So yeah, this is what I love about like our community is they come up with some of just the most creative shit. Like we've been sharing a lot of crazy super chats lately, but Darth always brings the good shit. So thank you for that. Yes, most definitely. So Dark Paragon was saying, how would Thunder Rosa be booked in WWE? She would be probably booked over in NXT, I can imagine. She wouldn't be on the main roster immediately. She would probably be a top contender for about 2 months and then shuffled around to some mid-card feud with Stephanie Vaquer, if I had to guess. She's... The big thing that separates Thunder Rosa from a lot of these incoming talents is she's a drama hag. She's going to get into it with a lot of these people and be an asshole and be very outspoken like she is with AEW right now. And I think they take her from a talent aspect and use her in the ring, but she wouldn't be used prominently because of her ego. I think that's a big issue right there. But you never know.
See, if she could get that in check, like I still like she's not too old. She would cater to that Hispanic audience. I think that they could push her believably at the top of the card. Like I could kind of buy it. I would prefer Thunder Rosa over Bayley any fucking day of the week.
Oh yeah, well I mean at the very least she's better to look at. At least she's kind of got a little bit of a gimmick going with that De La Steel and what just so there's something going there. With the face paint, and what she's... I would get rid of the grindcore intro. That shit sucks. Change that shit up. Make it more, Mexican sounding. This is what you're going for. Maybe Mexican metal or something. I don't know.
Kind of like a Mexican kind of gangster rap kind of feel to it. Like a hard rap beat, but like Mexican style. You know what I'm talking about?
I think she's a metal chick, so I could see Sepultura with trumpets. You never know. Ninja Robin was saying, I honestly think AEW is controlled opposition. I think originally... Well, here's what I think. I think originally at one point that they were. I always think that when you see that picture, we showed it a couple times. We actually had the thumbnail for AEW as an inside job. Tony Khan was backstage with Titus O'Neil, and this is back in 2015. And he had been backstage multiple times, people were reporting. What I feel like he was getting ready to run his own promotion, and he was getting tips from WWE production and Vince McMahon at the time. So I think that originally he was set to be controlled opposition, but what happened is Triple H took over the business and was like, you know what? I don't see what my dad saw in you, my father-in-law saw in you, so you know what? I'm going to stomp you out. I'm going to crush you down and make you irrelevant, and that's what he's trying to do right now.
It's kind of like, to get a little off topic, it's like Vince with his spies. You know what I'm talking about. And then all of a sudden Triple H takes over and that kind of stops. You know what I'm talking? Well, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's just I hate like making it sound like we're so special, but it's like dude, I've had people in unmarked vans and unmarked cars, all of them black with super tinted illegal windows. Doing weird shit, Let me leave it at that. You go to walk by the car, and then it all of a sudden just, speeds out of the parking space, like, you're like, what the hell's wrong with that guy? Weird shit. No, I definitely stopped, and especially it would usually happen on the day that we would go to see events. It would happen, I noticed, for one, it was one day after we bought the tickets, that shit happened. That was creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
Like the same day that I bought the tickets, I went to go do some shit, and I don't know, just very weird shit. Anyways, Coach sipping Jamba Juice out of a straw say, "Can you believe how bad the card is for SMME? Oh, it's awful. Just when you look at the main event and co-main. So for the main event, you got Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes for the title. You already know who's going over in that one. It's a waste of time. And then you have the co-main. You have Gunther versus Damian Priest. So you have 2 rematches that sucked, and they're doing it on free TV, and that's a plus? That's a fucking plus?
I mean, and then, you know, he says, like, luckily Jesse Ventura will be there as the heel commentator. I mean, because I'm kind of a fan of Jesse Ventura. I kind of like the guy.
Quote-unquote heel.
Quote-unquote heel. How sad is it that the commentator is going to be the biggest draw on the card? Like, how so fucking sad is that?
Yeah, and well, that's what I really got to say about all of that is that, yeah, Jesse Ventura, he's going to be the biggest name on this card. And well, you know what's even sadder, JC, is coming up for wrestling fans being idiots. There's so many people that had no idea who the fuck Jesse Ventura is. They showed him in the crowd, and they're like, who the fuck is this guy?
How do you know?
And these were popular nerd accounts, too. So this shows you there's so many just dumb, fuck retarded young wrestling fans trying to tell us what good wrestling is when they don't know who Jesse the Body Ventura is. You ain't never seen Predator? What the fuck is the matter with you?
Well, that's the thing too. Is like how the fuck can they give their opinion like they know what the fuck they're talking about, but yet not know who Jesse Ventura is or not seen any of his commentary. Like if they had seen it, they would have seen that Jesse Ventura was one of the best heel commentators in the business. In fact, in my opinion, better. I'm going to get heat for this. Better than Bobby the Brain Heenan. Bobby the Brain Heenan was a fantastic heel commentator. I'm a huge fan of Bobby the Brain Heenan. Jesse Ventura was better.
Oh, yeah, I can't deny that. Jesse Ventura, he's a class act, man. Well, at least it was at one time. Now he's a little faggy, but you know, that it is what it is. Everything is ruined. Said, update on Monster Factory training, 10K to start. Oof. Yeah, if you don't got that Matt Riddle MMA money, it's not easy to start out. That's fucked up, man. That, to me, is fucked up how much these trainers, I know they got to make a salary, you got to make some money, but to be charging 10K just to start training wrestlers just to get a fucking I think that is the most fucked up shit out there. Wrestling school shouldn't be more than, at the very most, and I'm talking about prestigious name, $1,000 a month. Most schools should be anywhere from $100 to $500. Okay. And then again, it should be guaranteed, almost like an apprenticeship, where you're guaranteed a job on the indies and big companies right after that. You get gigs booked for you, all of that shit.
Well, I think that's fair. I mean, if you're paying that much money, you should be given a spot on a card somewhere, just to kind of show what you got. But I think $10,000. Good God. I mean, they probably don't even have a payment plan for that kind of shit. It's just like, no, $10,000 up front. I'm like, well, who the fuck is going to afford $10,000 up front for wrestling training?
Nobody has that. Nobody but a bunch of fucking rich kids, and rich kids don't want to do wrestling. If anything, they want to do some other sport that pays more than what they already have. It's like they don't want, like, wrestling. You have to be, especially nowadays, an established indie name to get hired by WWE. You can't be some 22-year-old who, was awesome in college and athletics, whatever you applied yourself to, and then you go ahead and you join the PC. It's not like that anymore. Nowadays, you have to be this indie veteran. So I think it's just, at this point, just go ahead and get that indie money, make yourself a big indie name, and work on that. It doesn't matter where the fuck you start. Start out as the most podunk school and work your way up with your talent. That's the best thing I can ascribe for somebody like you.
And here's the other thing I would add into is have a YouTube channel. Get yourself out there, like a YouTube channel or a Twitter account. Oh, good, great. Because like you're going to need that so that people can like kind of get aware of you and kind of see your material. Yeah.
Nah, he's doing so good. He already got a death threat. So you the man, dude. You're making shit happen there. That's what's up.
Hey, that's how you know you're making it. When you're pissing people off, you're getting people to care about you. So
I'm gonna guess it was probably the Dakota Kai video, if I had to guess, because she's got some insane fucking retard fans. So I'm gonna guess the Dakota Kai video if I had to guess. But
probably.
Truth was saying impression. Bailey meets actual Tony Soprano. Hey there, everybody says that I'm you. I'm clearly a lot better than you.
Well,
let's be totally fucking honest, motherfucker. Yeah, I mean, you do look a little bit fucking like me. You look a little bit like my fucking high school picture. But let me tell you this right now. You could never be the fucking big-time fucking star that I was. You'll never be James Gandolfini. You'll never be Tony Soprano, motherfucker.
No, I am better. I am a huge superstar. And the nerds online jack off for my ugly cyberpunk haircut. So, DB was saying, at this rate, TK's booking of Jade Cargill was better than what Noseman has done. At least he made her out to be a big deal. I'll give him that. And fans want AEW talent to go to WWE. Okay, and do what? Noseman won't do nothing. More so, the thing about Noseman is he'll feature them a little bit more than AEW would. With AEW, they usually do about a month of exposure, if that, and then you're thrown on Collision or Rampage. That's why, like with Thunder Rosa, you don't see her on TV anymore. People have been asking her, are you still with AEW? She's like, yeah, I'm over on Collision. Watch that show. No, nobody watches it. So that's what, it's kind of like a witness protection program with AEW. At least with WWE, you can go on Speed. You can go on main events. Those, I hate to say it, have more higher viewership nowadays than Rampage and Collision. So it's like, even though you're only seen on a Twitter show, or you're only seen on some fucking third-rate show that's shown on basic outlets, at least it's something where it's like, you know what, hey, at least it's more eyes than what you had before. I hate to say it. But yeah, a lot of them want to, everybody right now in AEW, I'd say probably about a good 95% of people in AEW want to go over to WWE. Even their champion, Jon Moxley, wants to go back over. Everybody wants to go back over.
Well, I don't blame them because even they know that AEW right now is a sinking ship. Yes. Even they know. Like, and the problem with it is that they're scared to admit it because, they could lose their job. They could face, bullshit in the locker room. But if they're being totally honest with you, people that were in WWE that are now in AEW, I would imagine, like, Edge would probably... Well, with Edge, I could imagine he's kind of like... I've been there, done that. What else do I need to do? I'll just end my career here in shitty-ass AEW. So I think Edge might be fine with it, but a lot of the guys like Jon Moxley who look at it like, okay, well, I have a little bit of gas left in the tank, and I feel like I'm not being used well over here. Yeah, I could totally see them wanting to go back to WWE.
Yeah, I mean, he's not 40 yet, surprisingly. So, there's that going for him.
I mean, he looks 60, but fuck.
Right, seriously.